I'm Brad.
And this is the Traveling Brothers Cigar Review.
We have a unique experience for all of you guys today. It's a world that we have flirted with, but haven't brought in, thank you. We're doing what guys do. In a garage, hanging out. We got a long trip in front of us. We got to get some shit done.
Yeah, so we're in the Devil's Den today, and we're going to mount some new suspension to Brad's bike here, which, if you're interested, will be over on our motorcycle channel, Traveling Bros motorcycle channel.
And while we're doing what guys do in the garage,
We'll be smoking
and be talking
and chatting.
and bullshitting.
And you'll get some of that on this channel and some of it on that channel. Because we understand that if you're here for a cigar review, then you don't want to be here for too long, apparently.
I'm here.
I'm here the whole time. Are you here the whole time?
No.
Sometimes you're not here. Sometimes you tune out.
I only do like 15. Cigar review for me is like 19 minutes at tops, right? Like.
Yeah. Now this is Brad's. Oh, actually, important note. The reason we're not drinking is because we're working on his motorcycle.
Yes, we are taking a very long trip.
We'll do that after.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, yes. Wow, good idea. Those are smart thinking.
It's good thinking. I'm just going to go off screen to get a lighter.
While he's off screen, I'm going to talk about nothing. But we are going to be smoking this is a first for me.
So this you said this is a first, but it's also your first one for the day, right?
Yeah, you know, I'm not a Connecticut person. Like, Connecticut's, I'm very fickle with them. So, to be able to smoke in Connecticut and enjoy it, Rose of Sharon, right?
Uh-huh.
You know, I like Monty White, not a fan. I do like the H. Upman, Connecticut, because it's got that Maduro tip on it, right? So I'm very, very fickle.
You say that, but this is not really your normal Connecticut. This is a Camacho Connecticut, and it's got a Connecticut wrapper on the outside. But I think it's Honduran in the middle, right?
Yeah, it's got Honduran, Mexican San Andreas fillers, but it's an Ecuadorian Connecticut.
Mm.
And from what our extensive research showed us, it's a tad bit darker than an American Connecticut.
You'll find it's a bit more medium body too than it's a little bit. It's got a little bit more to it than your average Connecticut. So I listen. This is an everyday for me. I love these things, and in fact, I'm not going to give you too many tasting notes on it. I'm going to leave that up to the Big Bradley today because this is my fourth cigar of the day. And so I've already had a Maduro on that as well, so it's killed my palate a little bit.
Did you have one after midnight last night?
No. Did I have one after midnight last night?
I'm just saying.
No, I didn't have one after midnight last
Okay.
night. So it doesn't count. But yeah, so my palate is not in the right place. So it's a little bit like when you drink wine, or you go to a wine tasting. They're going to start you off on the light whites and work your way through to the reds as you do your tasting, so that your palate can recover, or doesn't need to recover, and you get the full flavors. Cigars are a little bit the same.
You don't take a tequila shot and then go back to have a bourbon, right?
Oh yeah, you do.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
I forgot I'm dealing with an Aussie. Shit. Normal people wouldn't go for the hard shit and then come back and go for something smooth and mellow and relaxing, right? Like, you wouldn't go to tequila and then come back to vodka. You have a bad experience.
I'm going to give you some ideas to think about while you're smoking this cigar.
Oh, this should be good.
So you tell me, as we get through the cigar, you tell me whether you hit some of these. So I'm thinking nougat.
Whoa.
What?
You can't hit the nougat with a hard R.
Nougat.
You can stop saying that. You can't say that.
Nougat. Nougat.
Oh. Never mind. No.
I'm confused.
No. Nope.
You know, that French word, that sort of...
Not what I got. That is not what I got.
What do you call it?
Nougat?
Nougat.
Like a nugget. Like nougat. What you said...
You don't pronounce the T, it's French.
You said some racial shit right there. And I'm not condoning any of that on this channel.
I didn't. Nougat.
Stop saying it.
Nougat.
You better put that in the description.
Ask a French person, how do you say it? They'll say nougat. They say nougat.
Where's the... Stop saying that! Someone half listening to the channel is going to think that you're dropping the N-word with a hard R.
No.
I think you are.
So what do you say? Nougat.
Nougat.
That's American. That's really bad American.
Well, clearly, because we decided that that's probably not a good move. Leaving shit up for you. You throw a couple beers into that one. You
All right,
step
so
up.
I want you to think about that, because I said sort of something, and sort of sweet, fruity notes is what I want you to see if you can find in this cigar as we go. I know we're just a little bit into it, but I smoke this a lot, and that's the kind of thing I get from it generally.
I'm also getting you didn't bring this up, but I'm very sensitive to spice.
You get a little bit on the front.
I love spicy food. I love spice in everything. So I'm very sensitive to it. So I enjoy it. I'm looking for it. Mm-hmm. I don't like it too much in my cigars, though.
Right.
I'm getting a little bit in it at the front end.
You'll get a little bit in the front end for sure, and that's common with most light ups. That's why I say never judge a cigar in the first quarter of an inch.
I mean, I didn't judge you in the first quarter of an inch. Neither did your wife. That was a good one. She took the other quarter of an inch and was happy. She was like, oh, there's more here. I'm good.
Yeah, well, this is clearly a foot-long cigar.
You've been lying and saying that's a foot?
No, this is 6 inches, right?
The two of them together are 8 inches. Metric system.
So we're smoking the 60 ring gauge here, which gives you a little bit more fullness in this particular cigar.
Gives you a little bit,
the wrapper and the binder.
Satisfaction.
The wrapper and the wrapper and the binder compete in this one because often the wrapper is where a lot of your flavour comes from. I would say in this one you're getting more from the binder and the filler. And then the wrapper is just subtle notes.
I'm going to be honest with you, you nailed that, because I don't taste the wrapper at all. Most Connecticut's, you taste that very mellow creaminess on the outside. I'm not getting creamy notes on this. I'm getting spice, I'm getting that, and the Mexican San Andreas in here is coming out. And I like that tobacco a lot. I look for it when I'm going into a tobacco store and I'm like, all right, if there's tobacco you like, look for it. Because your palate's going to know it, and savor and crave it. It's kind of like a food that you always remember, and you're like, oh, I'm really in the mood for that, or you always look for that little bit when you're going out to eat or whatever it is. My hot sauce fans will understand what I'm saying, but I'm getting it here. I'm not getting Connecticut. This is something that's grown on me. I've had other Camachos from the Davidoff scope. This is a Davidoff.
Well, Camacho is a Davidoff brand.
Yeah. So you're going to get that consistent quality that's known from Davidoff, right? Yeah. But at a very much more approachable price point.
Super underrated line, this one. I mean, you see them hidden in corners of humidors a lot. I would like to see these sort of take more of a front value because their value for money is really good. So they're cheaper than the Davidoff range.
A lot of cigar stores don't put them out there because they're mostly concerned with what?
Yeah, the bottom line.
Bottom line, they're not. You gotta remember, you gotta put your customer first. But I will tell you on this, this is starting to grow on me. And if I had to put Davidoff and Padron together, you know where I'm going.
Oh,
every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah. But I think once you get a little ways into this, and that edge comes off, it'll become more of a fruit spice.
Look at the beautiful burn you got. I'm getting the fruity now.
They're always great.
I'm getting those nuts. I'm getting like a berry almost.
Yeah, you will.
Like a little bit, like a fragrance.
It'll transition a little bit. So look, I'll tell you what. Let's go do the stuff on your motorcycle here,
and we'll come back.
We'll come back with some more thoughts on this. If you want to check out what we're doing to Brad's motorcycle, go check out our Traveling Bros motorcycle channel, and you'll see what we've done to it on that.
All right,
we'll be back soon. So, but Big Cookie, what did you make of the Camacho while working on the motorcycle there?
First cigar of the day for me. So if I were to reach for an evening first cigar, if I was going to reach for a first cigar, this would be all right. But I do have to tell you, I have one thing I don't like.
What's that?
So you know how I am with the dryness of certain cigars.
Right. Yeah.
So there's one flavor, what is that, a flavor or like a profile of a cigar?
It's a finish.
A finish.
Okay.
It's a finish. A finish I do not like.
Uh-huh.
It has turned me off to a particular brand that is very famous. Very famous, so I don't want to say the name.
Your Padron. He doesn't like Padrones. Yeah.
So the Padrones have that champagne type dryness to it.
Yeah.
This,
towards the end.
towards the end does.
Towards the end, yeah. We're what? I just took the label off, so you've taken your label off. You're a bit ahead of me. But yes, the last third I would say gets that dryness. But I think the first third is sort of sweet fruity. The
So-
first 2/3 is sweet fruity.
You know what would fix that?
Something to drink with it. A bourbon.
Nah, that would also help.
We've finished working on the bike now. I can get bourbons.
I think if you don't like that dryness that comes with the heat, sometimes as you get down to the lower third of a cigar, go for a different size. Don't put the cigar away and say, oh, this is not for me.
Right.
If you like the flavor profiles of it,
Yeah.
switch to a different size. And for me, the 60 ring gauge is not my thing. It's your thing.
I like something bigger in my mouth. That's not staying in.
Hey, everybody. Something in your throat? I would go for, at most, a Toro on this, but I would love a Robusto of this.
Right, okay.
A Robusto for me would be perfect. It's got more of that outer wrapper, less of that filler tobacco, which I think is burning dry for me.
Yeah, it definitely does get a bit dry towards the end. Yeah.
Not as much as I wouldn't pick this up. I would grab this cigar again. If it was an option for me, I would pick it up. And if I was going to go for a mid-afternoon cigar where I needed something and I was working outside, I would grab this again.
And I think too, we've had nothing to drink with this at all. We haven't even had a water or a coffee or anything, and so that tends to refresh your palate a little bit, and that dryness doesn't wash your palate. That dryness doesn't seem to hit you. If I gave you a quick shot of whiskey, hold that thought.
Well, good, he's gone. We can talk about him. We'll be right back after these messages brought to you by Australian Meat Pies. They're meaty, they're flaky, and they're pies. Just want to let you guys know during this entire video, Dave was wearing Uggs. Doesn't bother me too much, but it should though. Do your friends wear Uggs? It's a little weird, right? Grown man wearing Uggs. I mean, he is Australian, is a sheep, right? It's still Uggs. I'm wearing boots. Expect boots. Cowboy boots. Regular boots, but Uggs. You should never judge a man, but you should judge him if he wears Uggs.
Are you talking about my Uggs?
Nope.
There is nothing wrong with my Uggs, man.
Okay, yeah, no.
Tom Brady wears Uggs.
That's not a good argument.
I've heard it's a good argument.
It's not a good one.
Have a sip of that. Give it a bit of a swish. Get it around your tongue.
It's bourbony. The wetness has returned.
Mm-hmm.
You're like
Yeah.
a connoisseur.
Totally gone. So, it just goes back to what we say about what you pair your cigars with. There's very few cigars that I'll smoke without having something to drink with them.
I thought that's just because you like bourbon.
Well, no, I have a coffee. I'll have lemon in water.
We've literally
I'll
done
have a Coke.
one video with coffee.
2.
One.
Go back and tell us how many videos we've done with coffee and put it in the comments section.
Fair enough.
All right, there you go. It's done. All right, well, I love this cigar, but that's all from me.
I'll tell you, I like this cigar. Not to love it. I like it. I'll smoke it, and I'll buy it. Not just a free one. But that's all for me.
Noob cigar?
Noob cigar.
We'll put it on the noobs list. We'll catch you later.
To all the boobs, catch you later.
Bye-bye.